Very good. So, my name is Teacher David. What's your name?
My name is Bin. I spell my name B-I-N. So how can you spell your name, please?
My name is spelled David. D-A-V-I-D.
Okay.
David. You say Vin, V-I-N, right?
B-I-N.
B. B-R-B. Bin. Okay, I got it. So where are you from, Bin?
I am from Vietnam. So what country are you from, David?
I'm from South Africa. But I live in Thailand.
Okay.
You know Thailand?
Now are you living in Thailand, right?
That is right. I am in Thailand right now.
You're next to Vietnam.
Yeah, well, not next to, because between Vietnam and Thailand we have Cambodia, but kind of close. We're kind of close, yeah. If I have to jump on an aeroplane now, it would probably be about 1.5 hours, and I can be in Saigon, in Ho Chi Minh City.
Yes.
Yeah. So not too far.
What is your hobby?
Ta-da!
You play the guitar?
I play the music, but it's actually not a hobby. I'm a professional guitarist.
Oh, my hobby is I like to read books. Do you
What?
like books?
Well, I don't read books anymore. I must say it's very bad of me, but when in the past, when I was your age, I used to read a lot of books because when I was your age, we didn't have computers or smartphones or anything. So our Google was the library. So I used to read a lot of books. What kind of books do you like to read?
I like to read Harry Potter.
Harry Potter is very good, yeah. Do you know the movie Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and The Hobbit. Well, I think maybe it's called Lord of the Rings. And there was another one called The Hobbit.
The Hobbit.
The Hobbit. This was books I used to read when I was a child. But because we didn't have technology like today, we were dreaming about technology when I was young. So I used to read a lot of science fiction books.
Oh, me too. Today
Yeah.
I'm reading science fiction. I also read non-fiction too.
Non-fiction, yeah, non-fiction is pretty good. But like I say, when I was your age, we didn't have technology, so we were dreaming a lot about technology. So we used to do a lot of fiction because fiction sometimes helps with your imagination, and from your imagination you can make amazing things.
I like fiction more because fiction is told us the truth, but non-fiction is told us like fairy tales.
No. Fiction is fairy tales. Non-fiction is the truth. Yeah, that's why we say fiction. Fiction means like something from your imagination. But fiction is sometimes good because many true things come from fiction. People think about it as fiction and then they try to make it real. Like when I was a kid, a touch screen, to use touch screen like this was fiction to us. Now it's reality. I can do that now with my finger. When I was a kid, we used to dream about this. This was fiction to us. So you see, so fiction isn't all bad. Fiction can be pretty good. Yeah. And so tell me, you said, how old are you now?
I am 8.5 years old.
8.5 years old. And you speak English very well. Where did you learn to speak English so well?
I learned to speak English from my mother because my mother is an English teacher. I started speaking English when I was 5 years old.
Well, that's awesome. That's good when she starts very young. So your mom is an English teacher, so her English must be very, very good if your English is so good.
Yes, I can also speak Korean. I am learning to speak Chinese.
Chinese, okay. I can't speak Korean, but I would like to learn to speak Chinese. But I can speak English, of course, and I speak another language from my country called Afrikaans.
Afrikaans.
Yeah, and then I can speak French, Italian, and I can speak Thai.
Wow. This
Yeah.
languages.
Yeah, French and Italian I learned because I was working for an Italian company and we were working in West Africa where everybody speaks French. So I kind of had to learn like the languages, kind of. But I live in Thailand, so I learned to speak the language of the country. If I had to live in Vietnam, I'd probably be able to speak Vietnamese now.
Oh. I like to speak Chinese because even though Chinese is the second largest country, they have the most people.
That's right. Well, the most people that speak, yeah, Chinese we say is the most spoken language because of the number of people that speak Chinese, Mandarin. But English is the most widespread language, which means it's not as many as Chinese people, but English is all over the world.
So, do you know what is the biggest attraction in China?
What is the biggest attraction in China? China has a lot of things to offer. Why don't you tell me what do you think is the biggest attraction in
I
China?
think it is the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, yeah. But I believe over the years people have been damaging the wall because people are poor, so they're breaking parts of the wall to build houses. So it's kind of sad that this magnificent thing that they built is being damaged.
So, Teacher David, where do you live? Do you live in a countryside or in a city?
Well, I live in a small city, but I live outside the city. We say in the suburban area. So before I was living in a place called Phuket. Have you ever heard of Phuket?
No?
Phuket is a very big island with beautiful beaches and beautiful countryside. So it's kind of like city and countryside at the same time. There's parts that's city and parts that's countryside. Phuket, I will show you some pictures. Let me show you some pictures of Phuket.
I did in Phuket when I was a little baby.
Oh, you did, but you don't remember that, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but I'll show you some pictures. This is my most favorite place in the world. And I used to live there for about 9 years. Yeah, that's why you understand why I love this place so much. Look at that.
It's beautiful.
It's absolutely amazing. But now I live in a city called Ayutthaya, which is about, if I drive by car, about 1 hour from Bangkok.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the past, this city was the capital city of Thailand before Bangkok.
Okay.
So, but I don't live in the city, I live outside the city, like in the suburb area. It's kind of a little bit still countryside because the place is still growing, they're still building. But I like it because it's nice and quiet and peaceful. And across here we have houses and across the road I have jungle. There's only one problem with living so near to the jungle. Every night there are too many mosquitoes.
Yes.
So we're just stuck, have to stay in the house. Or the mosquitoes will eat us up.
I love to live in the countryside, but I need to live in the city where my mom lives. In the
Oh.
countryside, there is no pollution. We can breathe fresh air.
That's right. That's right. And sometimes the countryside is so good that you can even drink the water from the river, from the stream. In my country, we have places like that where the water comes from the mountain, and the water is so fresh. You can literally take the water from the stream and drink it. Let me
That's
show you.
beautiful.
Yeah, let me show you this place. This is in my country, not in Thailand. Um, but this is in my country where you see the water, the streams.
Yes,
So now this water is so fresh, you can actually drink the water. You don't need to filter the water or anything. You can drink that water straight from the river.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and we like to go. Yeah, we like to go camping at this river and fishing. Look at that. Oh no, that's a painting. That's a painting. That's not.
So, Teacher David, what is
Yeah,
the capital city in South Africa?
that is a funny question, and don't be shocked because in my country, in South Africa, we in fact have three capital cities. Three. Everybody always says, "What three?" Every country only has one, but we have three capital cities.
Oh,
We have the city I come from, Cape Town. I come from this city. I'll show you what it looks like. This is Cape Town.
wow. It
Yeah.
looks like an island.
Yeah, it looks like an island, but it's not. It's just the shape of the place. But it does look like an island, but it's not an island. It's what they call a peninsula. Have you ever heard of a peninsula?
No?
A peninsula is almost like an island, but there's only water on only three sides. An island is if there's water right around. Okay, let me show you. If I show you on Google Maps, but let's see. So first you can see Cape Town. That is my hometown. That is one of the capital cities. Let me show you quickly on the map so you can see. Okay, that's not. So you can see. Can you see this?
Yes, I can see
This
it.
this piece that sticks out like this, that looks like an island,
Yes.
but it's not an island because there's only water on three sides.
Oh,
But this one here is an island because there's water all around.
oh,
Okay, so that's the difference between an island and this one they call a peninsula.
peninsula.
Yeah, I wrote it in the messenger there for you, a peninsula.
Peninsula. The
Yeah.
capital city in Vietnam is Hanoi.
I know, yeah. So we have three capital cities, remember I said, so this is the first one, Cape Town, my hometown. Then another one is this one. This has got kind of a funny name to pronounce. It's called Bloemfontein.
Bloemfontein.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And then the third one, which was always considered the main capital, is one up here. We call this one Pretoria.
Pretoria.
Yeah, Pretoria. Now, out of the three capital cities, this was always the main capital city. Yeah. So, but like I say, there, that's what Pretoria looks like. It's a big city. Yeah. Some historical places and some game reserves where there are wild animals. And also a very important place where many dinosaur bones have been found. Well, that's not a real dinosaur bones, but these are the kinds of dinosaurs that they have found in this area.
Oh,
Did you ever see these birds?
no?
These are called ostriches.
Ostrich.
Yeah, and they usually come from southern Africa. People have them in, like I'm sure you have them in Vietnam in the zoo or something as well.
The fastest bird.
Yeah, they are the fastest bird. Yes, they're the
They
fastest
couldn't
birds.
fly, but they run. Right?
Yeah, no, they run very fast, but they can also be very dangerous. You have to be careful. Do you know what is the fastest animal
A
on
cheetah.
land? Cheetah, and how do you know how fast a cheetah can run?
No?
It can run up to 100 kilometers an hour. That's pretty fast. I think it's faster than your mom drives. Yeah. The only problem is they can only run for a short time. They get tired very quickly. Yeah, so this is this other capital city we called Bloemfontein. Let's see if I can find a picture of the city. That's not the city. It's a smaller city, but it's a capital city. I don't really see a picture of the city. Something like that. That's what inside the city looks like. Many people look at that and they say, looks, the cities in South Africa look like Europe.
I'm not sure because I never been to Europe before.
Okay. But the people I know that come from Europe and that they say, South African cities look like Europe cities, like European cities.
But I know that Europe is a continent.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Do you know how many continents there are?
There are 7 continents.
Yeah, can you name them?
Asia, Europe, Africa, Australia, North America, South America, and Europe.
No, you said Europe already.
Alright.
One more, there's a lot of ice.
Antarctica.
Yeah, there we go. What animal is very famously comes from Antarctica?
A penguin.
Penguin, but let me show you something that's going to shock you. A lot of people think penguins are always from
Is it a polar bear?
Antarctica. No. People always think penguins only come from Antarctica, but not always. Let me see if I can find a proper picture here. Stop writing, Kate. I'm going to show you something that you've never seen before. We actually have penguins in South Africa. Yeah, and they like the hot weather.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, they're so famous for tourists, you can actually, they're still wild, right? But you can go up to them because they're not afraid of people.
Hey, wait a minute. You said that they like hot water?
Or hot weather.
Hot weather.
The water in Cape Town is a little bit cold, but in the summertime, the weather gets very, very hot.
But why did some penguins live in Antarctica, which is very cold, but they like hot weather?
I don't know why this is, but clearly these penguins like this, the weather. There are 3 penguins that actually go to visit. Let me show you where they are. See if I can find them. There are 3 penguins that, there they are. They walk down the street and people say, "Oh, don't worry about them. They're just going to 7-Eleven."
Have you ever traveled to another country, like another North Thailand?
Yeah. I've been to many countries before.
I've just been to one country, Thailand.
Which country?
Thailand.
Thailand, yeah, but you were so small you don't remember, yeah?
I remember.
Oh, you remember? Oh, awesome. So do you remember you went to Phuket? You remember the beach? The beaches?
Yes. My uncle's over there.
Oh, is your uncle living in Phuket?
He lives in Bangkok. And he also went to the United States too.
Oh, okay. If you can travel to another country, where would you like to travel?
And we would like to travel to Korea.
Why?
Because I can speak Korean. So.
Okay, I think you can show off to everybody. I can speak Korean. Awesome.
I can also visit my Korean teacher in Seoul, the capital city of Korea.
That is correct. Oh, so your Korean teacher is teaching you online?
Yes.
Okay, I hear your mom saying yes. Your mom helping you with the answers. Mom, I can hear you. Oh my goodness. So I didn't ask you, but do you have any brothers or sisters?
No, I don't have any brothers or sisters.
Okay, that's kind of awesome. So you get everything. So you don't have to share Christmas presents or well, you don't do Christmas, but birthday presents. You get everything. That's awesome. I have a family. In my family, we were four, and I was the baby. So because I was the baby, I got everything. Yeah. And tell me, what do you like to do besides all this reading and that? What else do you like to do
I
for
also
fun?
play the piano.
You play the piano. Awesome. What kind of music do you like to play?
I am learning to play the Queen of the Night aria by Mozart.
Awesome, awesome. I used to be able to play some classical music, especially Mozart is easy on the guitar, playing classical guitar. But I found it a bit boring because I wanted to play Spanish guitar, what they call the
I am
flamenco.
learning to play this
Oh, that what is that?
ukulele.
Ukulele. I got a small one too, but that is called a mandolin.
Mandolin.
Yeah, it sounds
Have
all.
you ever played a violin?
I have played it, but not really played it. Played it. I would have loved to learn to play the violin. Actually, my favorite instrument I would like to play is the cello. I would love to play the be a cellist. You know what is? You know the cello?
Oh, so what song do you play?
Well, it depends. Usually, I just play like modern music. Sometimes when people pay us to go play, with usually they want to hear things like rock music, but I also like to play jazz and blues. Sometimes when we go play at the hotels, like at the evenings, we play. Then we're doing mostly soft jazz music.
In my free time, I also listen to music.
Oh yeah, what kind of music do you like to listen to?
The Beautiful in White.
Which one? Say that again. Sorry.
Beautiful in White.
Beautiful in White.
And Proud of You.
Oh yeah. And what is Beautiful in White? Who sings that? Oh, Shane Filan.
Yes.
Yeah, I know which song that is now. I couldn't when you said Beautiful in White. I couldn't remember, but now I remember.
So, do you like the song Proud of You?
So you like slow kind of music?
I like love music.
I also, well, I would say love music. I also, that's kind of like romantic. I like romantic music too, but I like special kind, like different kind of music. Not quite like that. To me, that's too. I always say to me that's too soppy. And it's nice. It's good music, but it's not my favorite.
I also like rock music.
You like rock music? What kind of rock music do you like?
I can't remember.
You can't remember just if it's a good sound. Yeah, but there's a lot of rock music. When you play as a musician, you play it, and you're playing the song, and you think about the song, and everybody playing. You go, wow, this is actually. It may be rock, but this is actually really good. The person that wrote the song was really good. It was like almost like a composer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mozart was a composer.
Who's that?
Mozart.
Yeah, Mozart, I understand. That's why I'm saying some rock music is very good, especially older ones. When you play and you see the song and the different notes people play at what time, you go, well, this is almost like a composer wrote the song because it's very very accurate, like way they wrote when you play the song, what you play. It's like almost like a composer wrote the song with, the violin plays here and then the trombone plays here, and it's the same with some rock songs. You go, okay, the bass guitar plays this, and then the drum does that beat, and then the guitarist plays that, and then changes, and like it's kind of like, wow, it's actually very good the way the person wrote the song. It's actually very good.
So
It's not just la 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 la. It's like
favorite sport?
What's that?
What is your favorite?
My favorite sport is a game called rugby. Have you heard of rugby?
League. I heard the name before, but I don't know how to
It's almost like American football, just better. It's like you know American football, right?
Nope.
American football, the sport they play where they use the helmets and the big pads on their shoulders. And
And they use a pole shape like an oval.
yeah, oval shaped ball. Now rugby
The
is almost the same, except rugby we don't use. No, that's baseball. You're thinking rugby. We don't use the helmets and the shoulder pads and things like that. Let me give you an idea. So American football.
My favorite sport is basketball.
Basketball's good, but it's not really a popular sport in my country. We don't really play basketball.
I like
Okay,
to play.
yeah. Let me show you a picture quickly so you can see what I'm talking about. So, I'm sure you've seen people play this sport. So that's with a helmet and everything. That's American football.
No.
But rugby is almost the same, but we use helmets and things like that. And it's a much harder game. We see the team in the green.
Like, it looks
That
like
is-
they are fighting.
Yeah, it does look like that, but it's not fighting. It's what we call a contact sport because people contact each other. And you see the team in the green, this guy's playing here, that's actually my country, South Africa. And we're actually so good at the game in my country that we're the world champions at the moment. We
Yeah.
won the world championship was played in Japan in 2019, and we in the final South Africa beat England 22-12. So
Sure, David, is soccer a popular sport?
in South Africa, it's the second most popular sport. But we don't say, well, okay, some people say soccer, but we like to say football.
Football.
Soccer is like very American way of calling the game. But in South Africa, some people say soccer. Yeah. But generally, we call the game football. Yeah. But yeah, it's the second most popular sport in my country. Rugby, this one is obviously number one.
Skateboarding before? Skateboard.
Which one?
Skateboard.
Skateboard. Oh my God, look at me. I'm come from a city with waves. I've got blue eyes and blonde hair. Of course, I used to surf and skateboard all the time.
Like on the road like this?
Yeah. I used to surf and when I was a kid, we didn't have these big boards. We had small little boards like this. Let me see if I can find a picture.
I can also skate too.
Yeah, awesome. Let's see if I can find a picture of the skateboards we had.
I hate water, so I never go to surfing.
Oh yeah. Let's see, that's 80s. Let's see, 70s. We had these small little boards, like thin boards like this when we were skateboarding.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the skateboards we used when we were kids. And then they started making the bigger skateboards. So yeah, I'm used to skateboarding
That
and
looks like
surfing.
mine.
What's that?
That skateboard looks like mine.
Oh really?
Yes. Looks a bit, but the colors are not like.
Oh yeah? But like I say, we used to have these small little boards, these thin little narrow boards like this. I had a board
That
exactly
one,
like this.
That one.
Yeah, but nowadays I came up with a in the 80s they changed the shape of the board and they made it a bigger board
Wow.
like that. Made it a bigger board so there's.
They invent things over and over again.
Well, they don't invent things. What they do is they invent it once and then they improve it. So they improve it, and nowadays we get all these great skateboards that they have today.
Wow.
Yeah, thin and lightweight, and you can do all kinds of tricks with them, and yeah. And the other thing, our time is almost finished.
Yes.
It was nice to meet you, and I certainly hope you'll come back and we can have another chat again.
Yes.
It was nice. It was really nice having a chat with you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes. Bye.
See you. Bye bye.
Here.
You too. Take care.